Hi guys, it's Jade here. Well, Jade and Miss Pilly, that is. Miss Pino is also here. She's just kind of hiding in her little lair. She's shy. The day she comes out is gonna be a very special day. Oh, maybe Miss Pino will take Miss Pilly's place. We'll see what happens. Thank you for being here today. I'm very excited to be here for your daily tarot card reading. Again, my name is Jade, and this is your daily tarot card reading. If you've been here before, then you know that the way I do things is I have a top card for your conscious mind, what's at the top of mind, what's in your waking life, a bottom card for your unconscious mind, which is in your kind of sleep state mind. Overall energy card kind of gives me an idea of where the reading is heading, what's the flavor, what's the framework, and then we have some cards for advice. So, spirit guides are the highest truth and compassion. What is it that we can share with this lovely collective of individuals today? I'm just going to take a second here and ground for a moment. Spirit guides are the highest truth and compassion. I invite you in for this tarot card reading today for the collective. What is it that they need to hear today for their highest good? What is it they need to say? What is it they need to do? Who is it they need to speak with? What is it? How can they actualize? Oh, my hands are very hot. Their highest potential. What is it they need to do to actualize their highest potential for their highest good? Thank you so much. All right. There we go. Wow, my hands are super hot right now, you guys. All right, in your conscious mind, you have the sun. I'll show you these. Let me just take a second here. In your unconscious, you have the Seven of Swords. Your overall energy is the Four of Pentacles. And I'm pulling two off to the side today for advice. I haven't flipped them over yet. The bottom of the deck energy is the Hierophant. Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. So, the Hierophant is usually, it could be someone who is an expert in a certain field. It could be an institution. It could be you. You could be a boss or a teacher of some kind, or a healer of some kind, or a counselor. Essentially, someone I just got who leads the way for others. And with it being attached to the Knight of Cups, I'm getting someone who leads the way for others in a benevolent, compassionate, loving way. That's what I'm getting with this. My hands are very hot right now, you guys. I feel like there's a lot of energy with this bottom of the deck energy. I almost feel like what am I feeling? Underlying this reading, either something that I feel like this is about a person. It could be you, it could be someone else, but that is what I feel. It's not necessarily like a theme underlying the reading. It's more so like about a person who could either help you or you could help someone by helping them navigate, like the way that their hand is, like by helping them navigate the way forward in a benevolent and loving, compassionate, passionate way. That's kind of what I'm getting. So let's see what the rest of this reading has in store here. So I'm also gonna pull, I think I want Everyday Witch today. So we have the sun in your conscious. So that tells me, here we have the sun in your conscious. Okay. And that tells me that bright days, bright future, thinking about brighter days, thinking about a bright future. You could also just generally be embodying a jovial, joyful time. The other thing about this is this red, this red flag is really standing out to me today. And I wonder what the symbolism is with this red flag in the Sun card. I might have to look that up. Let me see. Vitality, passion and action. Okay. All right, yeah, vitality, passion, and action. And there's a lot of red in this Hierophant card. There's red in, like I said, I got some passion vibes. I am gonna pull clarifying cards, but I might as well just go through this foundation here. So the Sun is in your conscious mind. In your unconscious, you have the Seven of Swords, which is about, it's like getting, at least from what I'm getting is kind of sneaky energy. Kind of like, moving through a situation carefully is kind of what I'm getting. Moving through a situation carefully. And the overall energy is the Four of Pentacles, which with this today, I'm getting preserving your energy, keeping close what is most valuable to you. That's what I'm getting for today. So let me just... I'm gonna pull some clarifying cards from Everyday Witch to see if I can get a flavor on this. I don't know why I feel apprehensive right now. I don't know if you guys feel apprehensive about something. Like this, like cautious, kind of cautious energy. Spirit guides are the highest truth and compassion. What do we need to know about the Sun card, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Pentacles? I just keep hearing what you see isn't as it appears. So take that as it resonates. What you see isn't as it appears. The bottom of the deck here is the King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Okay. King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Grounded, sovereign, moving forward with a truth, moving forward with love, light, and compassion, moving forward with clarity. Okay, so with the Sun, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and this now gives me the energy of, in your conscious mind, you're really moving towards what's best for you. It's taking care of yourself. It's paying attention to the things in life that make you feel whole, make you feel seen, and embracing them and acting on them. That's kind of what I'm getting there. In your unconscious, you have the Seven of Swords with the King of Wands. There's definitely passion here with the King of Wands. I just heard like the King of Wands is moving forward stealthily. You could identify as the King of Wands. As I've said before in readings, I am a firm believer that we all have the suits, every suit inside of us. We have all the kings and queens inside of us. We have our favorites. We have the leaders that we rely on the most every day. We have our least favorites, okay? So you could identify as the King of Wands in most of your waking life. And the King of Wands is very much about embracing creativity, passion. It's about leadership, vision, action. And what this is telling me is that this personality type, this individual, or the way in which you're acting from self from this lens, you're moving forward cautiously, which is actually pretty, I believe, resonant with the rest of the readings we've had lately. I know in a reading either yesterday, I think it was yesterday, there was in your conscious mind or in the overall energy, it was the feeling of being at a crossroads and moving forward with a cautious yes from spirit. So I feel like that's kind of in your unconscious, is this thinking of moving forward cautiously with something. And with this underlying the reading, I'm getting an offer of some kind of assistance is just what came through, an offer of assistance. And it's funny because right underneath the Knight of Cups is judgment, like making a decision on whether or not to move forward with an offering of expertise of some kind. Okay. I feel like for some reason today, the energy is very like questioning. It's very like, is this the right way? Is that the right way? Not really sure, I'm just doing what feels right. Like this. I'm not really sure, I'm just doing what feels right. And my hands are very hot at that. So this is starting to make sense for me now. I'm like, why is this reading so weird? Okay. Oh, you guys, wow. The overall energy I have is the Lovers with the Four of Pentacles. This is a cool Lovers card. I like this. And the kitties, they have their little tails together in a heart. My hands are like just so hot right now, you guys. Coming together with someone. Gosh, I'm getting creating. I'm getting creative energy. My hand is like so hot right now, my left hand. Creative energy. I'm getting making space for each other. I'm getting running parallel to this person, this individual, this thing that is what you are, either you are helping in some way or they are helping you in some way to achieve a goal. That's how it feels, is like, because of these stripes on these stockings, like running parallel, having the same intentions at heart, moving forward cautiously together, united, solidarity. I'm getting a lot of solidarity vibes, like I got you, you got me. My hand is incredibly hot just saying that. Like receiving solidarity, receiving safety, receiving comfort, because this card is also about safety and security. Exchange of safety and security in relation to, honestly, I'm getting like building a foundation of some kind, and that could be very broad, is what I'm getting the nudge from spirit of, like building an emotional foundation, building a spiritual foundation, building a creative foundation. Like, you know, this flame here, I don't know if you guys ever seen the Disney movie Elemental, and it's a movie about kind of legacy burdens and generational success and paving the way for yourself when like paving the way for yourself kind of as an immigrant in a way. It's a fictional story for kids, but the parallel is very much about legacy burdens and building generational wealth and well-being. And anyway, the reason why I'm talking about this movie, let's get to the point, Jade. The reason why I'm talking about this movie is because it starts with understanding there's a gal in the movie who is of the fire element, and her father and mother immigrated from their land to this new place where all the elements could coexist together. And the father has this flame, like he came to this new land with his very valuable blue flame. And this blue flame was the ingredient that essentially kickstarted his business in this new place. And the blue flame is not only symbolic of who he is, his identity, where he's from, but also kind of rising from the ashes and moving, building prosperity for the family and generations to come. And this is kind of this is like the vibe I'm getting with these two cards. It's like, because the Lovers isn't necessarily always just romantic. It could be about friendship. It could be about harmony. It codd be about community. It could be about, sorry, my phone ran out of storage. But look who's come to see us. Miss Pino. Sorry, I'm like really excited. Miss Pino, do you want to say hello? Miss Pino, say hello. Wow, today's the special day, I guess. The day we pull the Lovers card, Miss Pino decides to be a lover. Okay, anyway, so I'm sorry about that. My phone ran out of storage, which is kind of funny because the overall energy is having security. Anyway, what was I gonna say? So with this, I was getting the elemental vibes. The elemental vibes, and the synchronicity I'm getting is that there is a partnership and or you have unlocked the key to this blue flame in your life. And it is the way in which you are creating stability for yourself and or will create stability for yourself. That is kind of what I'm getting with this overall message. I do think that for some individuals, it could certainly be a partnership, since the bottom of the deck energy was the Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. So take that as it resonates. I'm trying to think if there's anything more I need to say about this, but I don't believe there is. I'm ready to start pulling advice. Basically, in your conscious mind, you have the Sun and you have the Nine of Pentacles. You're working really hard on something that you're very passionate about. I got passion vibes from this flag. You're paying attention to what you're passionate about. You're working on it. You're working to get to it. You're working through it. That's kind of what I'm getting. You pick the one that resonates the most for you because you know your life best and nobody else knows your life better than you do, okay? In your unconscious, again, more passion energy, leadership, taking the initiative and doing so cautiously is what I'm getting. I am not exactly sure why this is the cautiousness. I'm trying to see if I can pick up on anything like that, but maybe it's just something that's really important to you and you feel like you don't want to fumble the ball is kind of maybe what I'm getting. Honestly, there's a little bit of mystery here that I'm not being really clued in on. So, and then with your overall energy, we just explained building a very strong foundation and creating harmony for yourself, and perhaps partnering with an individual to do so. So I just got a beep on that. Beep, beep, toot, toot. Let's see what the advice is. We'll flip it over together. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh my. We have the Two of Swords and we have the Eight of Cups. This Two of Swords has been coming out a lot lately. I believe that there's a collective here of individuals, and again, you take what resonates, but for the collective that I've been reading for the last several weeks, this Two of Swords has come out quite a bit. I do believe there is some kind of a decision that is on your mind. Oh, and with this now being advice, because this has now moved from, it's been in your unconscious, it's been in your conscious, it's been in your overall energy. And with this now being advice, there's an element of mystery here. I'm not going to lie, because we got 2 moons in these cards. There's an element of mystery. You're moving away from one thing to embrace another is what I'm getting. You're moving away from what no longer serves you to embrace the song of your soul is what I'm getting. you're cutting through illusion is what I'm getting with this. So you pick what molds best to you. And my hands are very hot again. There's something that wants to come through, so I'm just holding for a second. It was something like, sometimes decisions aren't easy. Something like that. Sometimes decisions aren't easy. They take time. When you're ready, you're going to move forward with what you're contemplating is kind of what I'm getting. Let me see if there's any other advice, because let me see if there's anything from Everyday Witch. Yeah, there's a lot of mystery with this advice. I'm not going to lie to you. It feels... it feels like there's just a lot of space. Like there's a lot of space to decide what you want to do. Like you just want to be really sure. Making a choice, moving away from what you know doesn't serve you is honestly the main confirmation I'm getting from my hands, is moving away from what you know no longer serves you. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands, we got the Ace of Wands, and we got the Page of Pentacles. The bottom was the Hermit. Yeah, like this is kind of the vibe I'm getting with this advice. It's like very kind of quiet energy, very thought, like in your thoughts, kind of like really thinking through something before moving on is kind of what I'm getting. Really thinking through something before moving on. And with the Nine of Wands, it sounds like you've been burned before is kind of what I'm getting. Nine of Wands, you've been burned before. That was one that just flew right out, like in my head, popped right out. You've been burned before. You have carried a lot on your plate. It's been difficult to trust people. It's been difficult to trust certain... I'm getting a heavy energy of people with like your work. You have an idea, this Ace of Wands, and you want to begin. You're beginning something new. So you have this new passion project idea. You want to begin something new, and this is, I believe, this is what you're at a crossroads over, is the way in which to do so. Because what I'm getting, honestly, with these two cards are two separate energies, kind of like two separate energies. And the possibility of these two separate energies coming together one of you, I feel like this is a whole energy, to be honest. Like one of you may be embodying these two things, and I just got reaching out to someone, maybe reaching out to someone. And it's funny because underneath is Judgment, and with the advice, we have the Two of Swords. Like you're having to have good judgment and really decide how you want to move towards this new opportunity, partnership. And the reason that I think there's some caution is because either you're feeling like this right now, or you felt like this in situations similar. Whew. This reading is like complicated. This reading is complicated, and I'm kind of wondering if I can, I'm going to pull an archetype card. I feel like we need an archetype card. Because in your conscious mind, you're moving towards what you want. You're like settled in how you are and what you want to do and who you want to be. In your unconscious, you're wanting to move towards something stealthily, cautiously, as you are in your King of Wands energy. And the overall energy of this is building a foundation, a partnership, building something that's really gonna last is what I'm getting. Building something for yourself or with someone that's really gonna last. Oh, I didn't even realize this, you guys, but the Knight of Cups and the Hierophant together could also be like marriage. I know like that the rings have been coming out a lot. I don't know if you guys are contemplating marriage, but that could be a part of it. I don't know. There's a lot of mystery with this reading today. So let's see if we have an archetype and that can give me a general, maybe like a little bit more of a theme. But you know, the other thing I'm getting is it's a general reading. And so every one of us has very different lives. And so what resonates for you is what resonates for you, and take it or leave it. So spirit guides of the highest truth and compassion, what is it that what else can we share about this potential partnership with another individual, or this other part of themselves that the collective is embracing related to passion and projects and moving towards the song of their soul? Actually, this sun card is reminding me of like moving towards the song of your soul. Like that's kind of on your mind. That's what you want to do. Like you've made a decision. Oh, that could be a part of it too. You've made the decision to move towards the song of your soul. My hands are very hot at that. To build a long-term foundation with someone, or to build a long-term foundation for yourself by embracing this new part of you that you just uncovered. Yeah, you know, there's like a lot of built to last vibes, right? Like the Hierophant, that's a sturdy mofo, you know what I mean? Like that's like institutions, like very solid, like infrastructure vibes with an offering of like love, like built to last, right? Built to last. That's like this too, built to last. Like you're embracing something that that you want to last for a long time, to embracing the song of your soul, moving forward cautiously, because it's a freaking important decision, right? Yeah, like if this is marriage, that is a very important decision. Very important decision. You know, if you decide you want to get married, marriage is hard, you guys. And I guess the only advice I would have, and that maybe Spirit is even guiding me to say, is, you know yourself first. Know yourself first and know what you want, what is non-negotiable for you in a partnership. That's very important. But anyway, I'm not a marriage counselor, so I'm not going to go further into that. Spirit guides of the highest truth and compassion, what else can we share with this beautiful collective of individuals to end this reading with? We got a lot of different energies here around partnership, love, and passion, and moving towards the song of their soul. What else can we share? And then we are going to say adios. Pilly. All right. We have the threshold. Interesting. This reminds me of fire, or like lava. Okay, so we have some feet. It looks kind of like a nest. And this looks like lava. Let's see what happens here. The threshold. You know, maybe that's why my hands are so hot today, because this is lava. There's this lava. What's going on with this lava today? The threshold. Oh, wow, you guys. This is some powerful shit today. The door, the gate, the initiation. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our path on a daily basis. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one, however. Interesting. You have arrived at the threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed. We've been doing a lot of that with our shadow work and our ego checking. A new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Yeah, like I just said, marriage, if this is marriage, it's not easy work. Not to project. So I'm gonna check my shit right now. Not to project. Marriage can also be beautiful. A new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. Wow, this sounds intense. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. The ground seems to crumble as you free fall into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend. Just take that one necessary step toward the future that calls you. Wow, you guys, I'm just getting like really intense vibes. Like you're doing something maybe you thought you never in a million years thought you would do. That's kind of what I'm getting. Crossing a threshold may not always be voluntary. Sometimes we are thrown across the boundary through circumstances far beyond our control. Either way, we cannot go back. In Hindu mythology, Ganesh is the ultimate gatekeeper. Look to the great elephant god for support. Hecate, Janus, and Menchen are also watching over you. So maybe those are guides for you. When in the light, growth, individuation, ease, and the liminal. When in the dark, resisting, refusal to grow, barriers and boundaries. Lie on the floor and listen to Bob Dylan Standing in the Doorway. Maybe that is a song for you. Yeah, you know what I'm getting is like, I think the reason my hands are so hot is because this is like a really big deal. This is an initiation. Whatever you've been trying to come to terms with, whatever decision you've been trying to come to terms with is a really, really big deal, you guys. And like this judgment card, it's a big deal because it's something that I'm getting that could really determine the course, like a new foundation for years to come is kind of what I'm getting. So take that as it resonates. It could very well be marriage. But that's not going to be the case for all of you. It could also just be a new way of thinking about yourself and a new way of embracing yourself. Either way, the whole message is don't play with fire. I just got. Be cautious. Be vigilant. Move forward valiantly. That keeps coming through. Move forward valiantly. You know you best. And only do what feels right to your soul. That's kind of what I'm getting. All right, well, I'm going to end it there. This was kind of a wild reading. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. And you guys have a great, great day. Mwah!